Hey guys, how are you? I'm just trying to get my blanket situated here because I kind of keep the house cool, trying to save on gas money, and my feet get cold. So, um, I don't know if you saw my last video, it was in my other room. Um, According to my little YouTube app, nobody saw it. I guess I gotta work on my labels, titles, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, it was in my craft room, which is a real mess right now because I got stuff in there from owner's apartment because she's gone. The landlord been over there every day painting and doing this and doing that, and we got the guy from the fifth wheel gonna be moving in there. I don't know, kind of nervous about having this guy living like 15 feet away from my front door. But I'm still wanting to move out of here, but it's looking less and less like I'm gonna be able to. I mean, you hear about all these things, right? All these advertisements for government funding for first-time home buyers and all this stuff. And so far, to be honest, all I've seen physically is the child tax. That, I don't mean to be political, but they seem to be going to people that don't need them. You know, I love my niece, but they're getting huge tax write-offs every month. They have 3 kids, and he makes good money. And that's where she doesn't have to work. They bought a house, or buying a house, doing all kinds of remodeling on it, buying new vehicles all the time, and people like me are just, to be honest, we're getting the shitty end of the stick. I'm a little flustered and frustrated by it. The only way I see getting a place is by sharing. And I only had Ricky for a roommate for like 27 years. Before him, I lived alone for 17. Now, to get a house with 3 other people all of a sudden, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle that. And nothing against the people. You know, one of them is my best friend from junior high. But they do admit to drinking once in a while. She wants her brother to come with us. I used to have the biggest crush on him when I was a kid. But don't know what his status. I know he suffers from seizures, and they don't know why. So we're going to have to go stay close to a hospital. That kind of narrows down the search. But let's be honest. By myself, right now, I'm paying $500 a month rent for a shitty tin can. I barely make it. I mean, if I hadn't gotten this, I just recently got a refund check from the car insurance because I paid last month when I shouldn't have. I paid it, and then 2, 3 days later, I had to cancel it because it turned out it was not something I was supposed to be doing. If it hadn't been for that refund check, I'd be in a world of hurt right now because my bank account was at zero. I mean, yeah, okay, I had $15 in my savings account. And I get food stamps. But the food stamps don't do me any good because, well, they do, but they don't. For delivery, which I have to have delivery because I can't drive, I have no way of getting to the bus. Safeway won't accept food stamps for delivery. And I think I said before, Walmart changed their policy, so they do accept food stamps, but then they charge you $7.95 for delivery, and then you're expected to pay a driver tip, which comes out of your checking account, by the way. So having zero in my checking account, it's only the 19th, I would have been pretty much screwed because I have to get lettuce, fresh greens for the tortoise pretty much weekly. So it's tight. It's really tight here at $500 a month. So I'm not going to be able to do much more than that when I go to buy a place or even rent another place. I hate renting, though. I really want to buy a place. But where in this place can you find someplace that cheap without going in? Now, I mentioned the thought of going in on a place with my best friend. Unfortunately, the first place she showed me was $350,000 with an estimated mortgage of $2,300. So that that's no way. I did find one place, but like I haven't even seen any of the money from the bank yet that we're supposed to be getting. Now, my other sister-in-law, she goes, well, sometimes it can take up to a year. And I've only heard that in probate cases. This is not a probate case. He has a will. And in the will and last wishes, it states what goes where. All we're waiting on is for the bank, either for the bank to pay the bills, and there's only one bill left, or the sister in Seattle who's doing the footwork to get off her duff and get the money. But like I said, she got the car. She got her share of the gold. I don't know. But, so I'm really trying to make a fresh start for myself. And it's impossible. It's like I'm getting kicked down everywhere I turn. You hear about all these programs out there. How do you apply for them? I've seen on the internet where they go get HUD homes for as little as $10,000. Now, I'm kind of afraid of what these homes look like or where they are. But in order to get the listing, you have to pay $1. That kind of throws a red flag up for me, so I haven't had the courage to do that. I spoke to one lender who he gave me some good advice. He said as far as the gold goes, don't cash it. until you're ready to do what you need to do. Because, you know, and then you just keep the cashier's check or receipt or something to prove something. I'm not really quite sure. But he said that if you just take it, cash it, put it in the bank, it's, I don't know. I don't understand, didn't understand it, but I'm going to take his advice and just not cash it until I'm ready to. But I'm not, maybe it's where I live. I would be looking in other states. You know, they say the further inland, the cheaper. But I wouldn't know how. How do you start looking in different states? So, I mean, all I know is I need to get out of here. I can't, you know, I can't apply for public housing because it would be too cruel for Rimph to take Rimpy, who has been an indoor-outdoor cat for 17 plus years, and squeeze him into a tiny 1-bedroom apartment, which is what we get here. Would be just too cruel. It would kill him. I believe it would honestly kill him. So wherever I move, I have to have a place where he can go outside. I don't have a clue as to how to do the paperwork and all that. And I have a feeling, you know, because I've heard of people getting on Section 8 and stuff, but I have a feeling you have to like go to them, and I don't have the means to do that. Like I said before, you know, I'm literally buried in a coffin because I have no way of getting out. And I don't know what to do. I wish someone would just tell me what to do. Like Ricky used to always do. You know, I have no clue. I asked my daughter for advice, and if she could like look around down where she's at, and she's like, well, without even looking, I don't think she's just, there's nothing down here cheap enough for you. Well, have you looked? There's just no place down here cheap enough for you. I hate to say it, but my sister did the same thing. Asked my sister, you know, like if there were like any mobile parks or anything were around where she lived. Nope, this is tornado country. There are no trailer parks or anything. So, family's been no help. I haven't even seen my daughter. Love her to death, but I really wish she would be a little more attentive towards her mother. I texted her yesterday, I think it was, because one of the things I left behind was a rollaway bed. You know, one of those little foldy things. And one of the reasons why she hasn't come to visit, I think, is because when she comes up here, she's in Oregon, she comes up here, she usually spends the night. Well, now we got chairs, don't have a couch for her to sleep on. Now, you know, she can come up, she can spend the night. Move a few things, and there's room for the bed. And she just told me she's in a bad place right now. That's my biggest, I'm still fighting that. Nobody is asking me how I'm doing. Nobody's offering to help me with anything. Still, instead, I feel like everybody is deserting me. And I'm going to end up homeless at 60 years old. And I'm sorry, I really didn't plan on this being so negative. I was really hoping to get some positive stuff out there for you guys. But I'm still fighting this. My anxiety and depression are just, it's been over 2 weeks since I've seen my therapist, and they're supposed to call, make an appointment. They haven't, so I guess I'm gonna have to call them. And I thought I was on the uprise, and I got these rides situated, but they're turning out to be a little confusing for me. But I'll learn. I'll figure something out. I'm hoping one day to talk to you from a nicer place. At least a little bit bigger place. Like right now, like I said, this place is only 9 feet wide. My last video I did, like I said, in the craft room, that's only 5 feet wide. It's kind of cramped in here. And even after getting rid of some furniture, it's still cramped. I just need to figure out, where do I find resources to help me with what I need help with. But other than all that, my week has been okay. The Sunday came, and the two son-in-laws came and they took his tools. So the back room's empty. He put a bunch of, his sister over here, she put a bunch of his stuff in her storage. And I just got, there's a generator and a couple of lawnmowers back there. I say sell them. The heck with it. But she wants to keep them. I don't see why. Neither one of us know how to work the darn thing. Especially a generator. Probably could get pretty good. Quite a bit for it. Because I know he paid quite a bit. It's a big one. Big gas generator. He got it for, in case we have a power out, because back in 2010, I think it was, we were without power for like 2 weeks. And here it was okay for heat and cooking because of gas stove and gas oven. But no TV, no internet. Got kind of boring. But, we had one of those plugs, so we would take my old laptop. He would take it in the car where we could I got him one of these gadgets that you put in the cigarette lighter and you can plug in a regular plug into it. He would take it out there, run it till the battery charged up. We'd bring it in here. Got maybe an hour and a half worth of battery. It was an old notebook. So we'd watch a little bit of something. DVDs. We'd watch a little bit of DVDs and but because that was kind of hard, so he went, and we lost all the food in the fridge, so he went and got that generator. so that way at least because we have us and then one sister and then another sister, and he figured he could plug our refrigerators into the generator. And at least our food wouldn't spoil, right? But I don't see why we would need it now. But like I said, she wants to keep it, and I'm just like, more power to you. Go ahead. So, but I think I've rambled enough. Rimfeed's outside, so can't have him say goodbye to you. MRE's sleeping. And I'm gonna kick back and play some Merge Magical. And you have a good night. Bye. Love ya.